Welcome to the Non-Negotiable Living podcast, where we're building lives by design by creating non-negotiable habits around fitness, family, faith, and financial freedom.
Welcome back to Non-Negotiable Living. I'm Ashley, and today we're tackling the topic of self-sabotage. Have you ever set a goal and you felt really motivated and you started making progress, and then out of nowhere, you just got in your own way? Maybe you skipped your workouts, you started eating off the plan, or you told yourself that you just weren't capable of reaching your goals. That is self-sabotage, and it's one of the biggest reasons why people struggle to see long-term success in health, fitness, and personal growth. But why does this happen? Why do we create roadblocks for ourselves when we really want to succeed? Well, today we're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about why self-sabotage happens psychologically, the 5 ways self-sabotage shows up in your life. We're going to talk about how self-sabotage impacts your fitness and health journey specifically, and how to shift your mindset and break free from these patterns. So if you've ever felt like you were the reason you weren't moving forward, then this episode is for you. Let's get into it. So first things first, self-sabotage is not about laziness or lack of discipline. It's actually rooted in our psychology. When we self-sabotage, it's usually because we have an inner conflict between what we say we want and what we subconsciously believe we deserve or can handle. So this can happen for a few reasons. First is fear of failure. If we try and we fail, that can feel worse than never trying anything at all. So sometimes we sabotage our own efforts before we even get close to the finish line because we don't want somebody to be able to say like, oh, well, you didn't do it. So we would rather just not even try. And this might sound crazy, but the next reason is fear of success. But change comes with success, and change, even when it's positive, change can feel very uncomfortable. So if you lose weight, if you get fit, if you grow into the person you want to be, sometimes people fear, what if that changes my relationships? What if I treat people differently? What if people treat me differently? And that fear can keep people stuck because they will fear the unknown of being this new version of themselves, whether that's success around their career or moving or, getting healthy and changing their habits and their likes and dislikes. When we fear that change, it can keep us stuck. Limiting beliefs are a huge factor. So if deep down you don't believe you're worthy of the success that you're after, you will always find a way to prove yourself right. So if you tell yourself things like, I always fail, I never stick with anything, I don't deserve this, then those things become self-fulfilling prophecies. What we say matters. And if we tell ourselves, I'm always going to be overweight, I'm never going to be educated, I'm never going to move up in the world, I'm never going to be successful, I'm never going to make enough money, then those things are going to hold us back. Another big reason for self-sabotage is comfort for the familiar. So even if you're unhappy with where you are, it's familiar and your brain craves certainty. So stepping into the unknown, even if it's better for you, can feel really scary, and self-sabotage keeps you in that safe but unfulfilled place. So this is why people make progress only to undo it. It's not because they don't want to change, it's because subconsciously they are resisting it. So let's talk about 5 ways self-sabotage shows up in your life. Now that we understand why it happens, we can talk about how it plays a role in your day-to-day life. Here are the 5 most common ways people self-sabotage their own success. The first one is procrastination. If you keep putting off the things you know you need to do to move forward, that is procrastination, and that is a form of self-sabotage. So this could come in the form of saying, I'll start on Monday, or I'll meal prep tomorrow, or, saying, oh, well, I don't have enough time to do it, so I'll have to just do it another day. Or saying you'll sign up for the gym when things calm down. But the truth is, there's always going to be an excuse if you're looking for one. And most people will procrastinate through their entire life and keep putting things off because if they put it off, then they've never started, so they can't fail. The second biggest one I see is perfectionism, and it truly is one of the biggest forms of self-sabotage for people, especially in health and fitness. And it's the idea that if you can't do it perfectly, then you don't do it at all. So if it's that I can't hit my macros perfectly, I might as well throw out the whole day. If I can't get an hour walk in, I might as well not go at all. If I can't make it to the gym for 45 minutes, then there's no use in even going. So you throw in the towel on your whole day and all of your progress rather than accomplishing what you could in the time slots you have. So that all or nothing thinking and mindset is always going to hold you back. Next is negative self-talk. So if you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you never stick with anything, that you don't deserve success, your brain believes you, and those thoughts turn into actions that reinforce your self-sabotaging behaviors. We have to shift the script and change our mindset about being successful and our ability to do so. Avoiding discomfort is a form of self-sabotage, especially when it comes to health and fitness. Real change requires some discomfort, and if you always quit when things get hard and when workouts feel challenging or when the cravings hit or when your progress feels slow, then you're self-sabotaging. The truth is, progress is supposed to feel uncomfortable. That's where growth happens. So if you're always avoiding, feeling sore when you work out or getting those extra steps in or pushing yourself or waking up early to get it done, if you avoid that discomfort constantly, you're never going to get there. And the last form is self-handicapping. So this is where you create obstacles for yourself on purpose so you have an excuse if things don't go well. So you don't follow your meal plan and you can just say it didn't work. You didn't fully commit to the program, so you can tell yourself it wasn't the right fit. It's a way to protect yourself from failure, but it also guarantees that you never succeed. So if you tell yourself, I just can't eat that much protein or I can't get that much fiber in, then you're holding yourself back. You're self-handicapping. If you tell yourself, there's no way I can get 7,000 steps a day, then you're self-handicapping. Anytime you're telling yourself you're incapable of something, but you haven't really given it a try to make it happen, you're self-handicapping your progress. So let's bring this into real life. How does self-sabotaging actually affect your health and fitness journey? So procrastination means that you'll never build momentum. If you set unrealistic goals, you're going to get discouraged and quit because of perfectionism. If you go all in for weeks, then you burn out and fall back into old habits. If you let one bad meal or missed workout spiral you into giving up completely, you convince yourself you're too busy, too tired, too far gone to make real progress. Those are all ways that people self-sabotage. So this is why so many people struggle with consistency. It's not that they don't want to be healthier, it's that their habits and thoughts keep pulling them back into old patterns that feel more comfortable, even if they're miserable. So if you can recognize these patterns in yourself, the good news is you can change it. The first step is to build awareness. You can't change what you don't recognize. So we have to start paying attention to when we self-sabotage. What triggers it? What thoughts pop into our head? Once you're aware of those patterns, you can start addressing them. We need to reframe our thoughts. Instead of saying, I always fail, you need to say, I'm learning to be consistent. Or instead of saying, I don't have time, say, I will make time for what matters. The way you talk to yourself matters, and we have to change the narrative. And whatever those limiting beliefs are, we need to start shifting them in our head and rewiring our brain for success. We need to take small, consistent action. We need to stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. We're always going to be busy. We're always going to have a lot on our plates. If we're juggling being a parent and a wife and working and our health and our fitness and activities and all of those things, we're always going to be busy. But it takes 2.5% of our time to work out 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So we have to be consistent. And I always tell people we have to be strict about the process, but flexible about the implementation. And we need to stop thinking that we need to be motivated. We need to just start. Small actions done consistently are more powerful than bursts of effort followed by quitting. So we need to remember that it's about consistency over time. We also need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable and success is hard. And if you're expecting it to be easy, you're setting yourself up to fail. We need to lean into that discomfort so that we can move forward and grow and succeed. We need accountability. You need to have goals and you need to share them with people. So whether that's hiring a coach like me or joining a community like we have, or just finding a group of people that you can jive with that are after the same thing and can help keep you on the right track, having that accountability and that goal and that openness about what you're trying to achieve makes it a lot harder to self-sabotage when you have people who are on your side and rooting you on. So please remember, self-sabotage is not about being lazy or undisciplined. It's about fear. It's about limiting beliefs, and it's about comfortable patterns in our life that keep us safe but stuck. But you can break free of that. You can rewrite your story. So we have to start paying attention. We have to start shifting our thoughts, and we need to start today. You deserve to succeed, and you're capable of lasting change. You just need the right accountability, support, and mindset. And if you need help working on those things, please reach out to me. What we're doing here is focused on healthy, sustainable change. It's about habits that fit your lifestyle, that aren't overwhelming, and it's truly about changing the trajectory of your future so you can live a happy, healthy life. So thanks for tuning in to Non-Negotiable Living. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend and someone who needs to hear it. But until next time, stay consistent, stay committed, and stop getting in your own way. You've got this.